Good afternoon, dear friends. Happy Christmas Eve. If you celebrate, happy holidays. Happy inner wisdom reflection season. We just finished having the winter solstice. If you're in the northern hemisphere, a couple days ago. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it was the summer solstice, of course. That sacred space, that doorway between worlds, and with all the energies, there's been so much alchemy, so much coming up for renewal, transformation, enlightenment, illumination, hope, and faith, and taking action in ways that are evolving our being, our soul, our essence at an inward level, of course, and then extending to the outer level. So depending on how this has been affecting you, outwardly, inwardly, you know what is relevant in your life and situations. Through all this, one of my reminders is remember you're not alone. You can always call on spirit, the archangels, our guardians of light, our higher presence. It's always around us. I don't know about you, but my dreams have been really active lately. And I feel like the veil between my conscious mind and my unconscious mind has been much thinner. And things being processed and then being kind of revealed in the dreams have been really, really interesting. If you're wanting to do more dream work, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel of Water, rules over the dream realm and the intuition and the feelings and the emotions and the subconscious mind. So you can always call on Archangel Gabriel. And I'm also hearing Selena, the goddess of the moon, I believe in Greek mythology. She also works in the dream realm. She relates to the moon, which is obviously is the unconscious representation and energy. So you can work with the goddess Selena and the crystal selenite, in which it gets its name from the goddess Selena. So, or Selene. So today I'm going to be pulling from the Golden Keys of Gaia, and this deck is all about like self-care and what we can do to nurture ourselves, whether that's on emotional, physical, mental, spiritual level, etheric level. So I just felt called to do this. We have the moon moving into Pisces soon. It's probably will be in Pisces by the time you watch this. So our emotions may be filling through the depths. We may be a little dreamy. We may be processing like old patterns, unconscious patterns. So just kind of watching what comes up and like what's our initial feeling about it. Is that appropriate? Is that appropriate to the situation, or is that like a past feeling that would come up at like immediately, but it's not really appropriate or relevant to the current situation? And how can we change that? That's kind of like a reflection that I've been seeing. So especially with everything at the ending degrees of Pisces, and then the moon will be conjuncting that over the next day and a half, 2 days, as it moves through the sign of Pisces. It is a little chilly out here, as you can see. I have my gloves on. I felt a little festive here with the antlers. It's kind of like solstice energy, Yule energy, intermixed with the Christmas vibe. And then I have like the little pine trees, and some of those I think are cypress or juniper trees in the background, but they look very piney. So I wanted to do a little bit of different scenery. And you might be able to hear the stream. It's on my right, and maybe I'll do a little snippet at the end of the video, because it was nice to like sit by the water and process, and that's a good way too to release, like sitting in the elements and just giving thanks and partaking of them. And then you can kind of see, like if you're holding anything in your solar plexus, which I feel like we all do. I feel like I do. Just breathing in the new fresh air and just releasing into the water, the anything that doesn't serve us anymore, anything the emotions, maybe calling on the Archangel Gabriel, which rules over water, calling on Raphael, which is the Archangel that rules over the air, Oriel over the earth, and just asking for assistance and releasing with grace and ease, and then asking Mother Earth, the Gaia, to transform it with ease and grace back into universal life energy so it can be used over again for the positive rather than the negative filtering that it had prior. So, or, whatever wording is appropriate and relevant to you, of course. Okay, so I'm going to pick a card. So the back of the deck looks like this. And again, most of you know I do tarot, oracle, astrology readings. I've had a lot of people reach out to me for astrology readings lately. And one of the things that I do is I go over what transits will be going through your chart over the next 6 months, a year. And also what stands out the most, like if something's hitting your north node, or like if you have an area like career or finances or love you want to specify. I'm going to see if anything's hitting that house or the planets that are associated with that area or that energy. And it's really interesting and amazing how Spirit brings all the messages together and links them up, and even things from our childhood come up in these readings, and we see oh, that's a pattern from here, and then receiving guidance on how to either unravel that pattern, heal that pattern, bring in other aspects of this chart that are supportive to oneself in the current moment. And it's just really amazing how things come through. So I wanted to share that with you. If you're interested in learning more, feel free to reach out to me. I'm also doing a 12-month energy reading where you see kind of the energies of each month. It is a longer reading, but it's kind of fun because you get the cards, and then you can write down the month next to what cards and energies were associated with that month, and you're like, oh, okay, I could kind of have this in mind as I'm moving through this month. So even a 6-month reading, if you want something a little bit shorter, 6 months is great because it is a little bit shorter, but it's also the time that you get it is where the sun is shining, and then you can kind of have the energies as the sun passes through the 6 months and focus on those areas. And then by the time it gets to the opposite end, you're shining the light back onto the seeds and the ideas and the inspirations that you planted at the time of the reading, the original reading 6 months ago. So it's interesting to see the reflections of manifestation and our intentions as we do these readings, as we do this inner work, as we set intentions, working with the seasons, working with nature, the natural cycles of life. So just thought I'd throw that out there too. So, okay. So let's see what is a card, an energy that our higher presence, Spirit, would like us to focus on during this time period. Okay, so we got communication. Don't be afraid to express how you really feel. And this is really interesting. This kind of reminds me a little bit of Pocahontas, when she's sitting with Grandmother Tree. So, and I'm sitting amongst the trees right now in the woodland forest. Well, it's not really a forest, but it is like a mini forest. So what if we can't talk to others directly? We can talk to our spirit side. We can talk amongst the elements. We can ask for answers through ease and grace, even as we speak our intentions, say into the so-called air. We're still communicating. We need that breath of life to actually take that, take those words and speak them, right? So the oxygen is always listening. I know it sounds so atomic, down to the elements and everything, but Oxygen's listening. The vibration of our voice carries a certain frequency. So even the things, if you can't say them to another, say them out loud. Call in your guides, guardians of light, angels, and speak to them. Excuse me. Also, wow, and this is the card number one. Card number one. So I'm going to read a little bit about this to you, and I'll just kind of show you this card. Trees thrive and forests survive because they synergize together in a loving community, working as one to look after one another and to meet all needs. They do this through wondrous communication both under and over the ground, but without words and body language, unlike how we humans communicate, so it seems secret to us. Above the ground, they use stimuli such as scents, sounds, and signals to fight off any incoming attacks. This interaction warns neighboring trees of potential threats or pests lurking within the forest. They share seeds which the wind and the birds carry away to birth new life into their ever-growing tree tribe. Underground, trees communicate through the mycelium fungi roots acting as threads, just as how thousands of nerves connect in the human brain together. Roots of the tree work similarly with this interconnected network of nodes. These thread nodes connect one tree root system to another tree root system so that nutrients, carbon, and water can exchange between the trees. So this wide wood web is an integral part of instant communication from near and far. So we can learn much from trees by maintaining healthy communication in our own community. One key lesson we can take away is that trees do not compete with one another for resources, they cooperate. Even if they're shading their neighbors, they still send them resources like carbon, nutrients, and water. They don't compete to be the tallest or the mightiest. They keep all their resources and information, or keep all their resources and information to themselves. They share what they have to help the whole. Giving and receiving in total harmony brings great health and strength to ourselves and to the collective of all. So the invitation is honest communication is key. Now, in order to improve your current situation, you are being guided to align yourself with the natural rhythms and cycles of your life, cycles which urge you to communicate your own truth with clarity and authenticity. Don't just assume that others know what you want or understand how you truly feel. Embrace speaking your truth without seeking approval from others or holding back out of the fear you won't be accepted. You don't need to blame or accuse anyone, just state your case clearly. Know that it is an act of love to communicate clearly, lovingly, and honestly. You cannot lose anything by simply stating your truth or asking for help. Through this process, you will honor and empower yourself as well as earn much love and respect from those around you. Have faith that stating what is right for you will serve the greater good of all. If you have something important to say, you are being supported now. To openly communicate or express your feelings in whatever way feels true to you. This could be through writing, poetry, speaking, art, music, or any medium you wish. Whether your message serves as medicine to inspire those around you or heal yourself, recognize its essential role in elevating not only your own vibration, but also the collective global consciousness. Whatever you voice to others, you may also need to be reminded of your own words. Give and also receive your own guidance, wisdom, and hope. How you treat a friend is how you should speak and treat yourself. Listen to your own advice. Okay. Yes, and it is such an important card, and I feel like it's very prominent right now, and I feel like there could be lots of miscommunications going on, and just really strong viewpoints. I see that in my own life and life around, and just taking more time before maybe communicating and how we're communicating, and just being really clear and on what we want to communicate. And if we're not, then just maybe coming out in nature and communicating with nature first, or writing it out, like the card was saying. Mercury is in Sagittarius, so there may be a desire to just like go forward with communication, maybe without thinking through thoroughly. So just careful for that. We also have, let's see, what do we have? We have Venus that's now in Capricorn, so that's more grounded, earthy, practical, efficient. And so we can utilize that, Venus being related to the earth, related to nature, related to birthing new creations and whatnot. I know this video is kind of long, so I think I'm going to cut it off here. But I'm just wishing you a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. Please take from the message whatever is beneficial, and leave it as it. You will always find the perfect message for whatever it is you need in the moment. In this universe of multi pathways and beautiful essences. So, and even when we're going through dark times, just sometimes coming out in nature lightens things up. So, sending you so much love and blessings, and I will see you later. Much love, happy holidays, magic wishes forward.